Traders, Barry Burns here. Nice to have you on board for this technical analysis quiz. Now you get to put yourself to the test, see just how good you are at technical analysis. All right, let's see. Get to prove yourself. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go through this bar by bar. Not even going to share what the market is or the time interval. For this purpose, it doesn't matter. We're looking at pure price action and volume. So that's all we've got on here. No indicators, no moving averages. That's it. All right, and you can respond. And by the way, this is just between you and you, so don't worry if you get something wrong. In fact, I hope you get something wrong, because that means that you will learn something. I mean, god dang it, if you get all the answers right, then you wouldn't have learned anything. But if you do get them all right, then congratulations. All right, so let's get this puppy started, and we'll go through it bar by bar. So right now, and by the way, I'm not going to pause during this video, but if you want to pause to answer, then feel free to do that. Obviously, just click the pause button. So, all right, so what do you expect the market to do from here? What would you expect? Up, down, sideways? These are pretty much the three answers that you could give. And let's see what happens. Again, if you want to pause the video now and take a few minutes to decide. Got price action up here. We got volume down here. And the next bar is down. So if you said down, you were correct. Congratulations. You're ready to, well, maybe not quite work at Goldman Sachs yet, but anyway, you got it right on this one. Now, of course, remember that this question is basically 50-50, although you could say sideways as well. So you got a 1 out of 3 chance of getting it. So I guess that's not really 50-50, 33%, which is still, you know, pretty good, not too bad. Now, the key is, can you put a lot of these and be successful together? If you just get 1 or 2 right, in trading, we want consistency. All right, so let's go to the next one. Now, what do we got? So, first of all, on this one, some people may have looked at the long wick down here and said, oh, okay, that's a bullish candlestick pattern, and it's going to go up. Others might have said, oh, it's a red real body, so it's going to go down. Now, what do you think of this one? We got a red real body for sure, which means it closed below the open. We got a increasing volume. So what do you think is going to happen here? If you said down, oh my gosh, you were definitely right. It gapped down. It dramatically gapped down. So from all the way to there to there. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is a daily chart. I'll tell you that it is a daily chart. And then the next bar, again, dramatically went down. Wow, that is a big move down. And again, on increasing volume. In fact, the bar is kind of covering over the volume bar there. All right, so now what do you think is going to happen? Oh, now we get to the tricky place. What do you think is going to happen here? Up, down, or sideways? All right, put your answer down, register it. In fact, if you want to write your answers down, that'll keep you honest on this. And the answer is, it went down a little bit, but then let's go into the next bar, and that one went dramatically down. Dramatically down. So the next one I would basically say was sideways, didn't go really anywhere. And then the one after that, oh, now this is interesting because some of you may have cheated here. Some of you may have cheated. And what I mean by that is that the volume bars down here are colored red and green. And they're colored red and green based on what color the real body of the candlestick is above it. So if the open is above the close, then it's a red candlestick, and in this particular chart setup, it colors the volume bar red for that. Now, when I was over here, you may have taken a little peek and said, ooh, I can kind of see, there we go, that the next volume bar is green. So I think the market's going to go up. All right. That's a very, very interesting distinction because, sure enough, the close was above the open, which is what creates a green bar, but the market still went down. In fact, it gapped down from here to here, and then it went back up during the day. So intraday it went up, but if you're swing trading, we're down. And by the way, look, we got a gap up here. And that's another reason why some of you might have said here it was going to go up, is because they say, oh, we've got support. This is if you're really a little more advanced and you saw the support level there. And you're looking for the gap close. Well, we can still be looking for the gap close, right? Maybe this is the start of it. What do you think? Is the market going to go up from here? Up, down, or sideways? Register your votes. And again, if you really want to keep yourself honest, pause between each one of these questions, write it down on a piece of paper. It's very easy to fool yourself afterwards and say, oh yeah, I would have said that. Okay, or not even answer and just see what happens. So what does happen? Next bar is up. So if you guessed up, you're right. Now, by the way, if you guessed up, you still got a problem. And why do you have a problem if you guessed up? Because in trading, you should never be guessing. You should have a formula for it. You should have a strategy for it, an objective rule-based strategy. So if you're guessing when you're trading right away, well, you're gambling. All right, so it shouldn't be a guess. All right, what do you think is going to happen next? Let's just keep this puppy rolling. Okay, we get a red bar, but kind of inside, doesn't really go too far up or down, although within one bar. Okay, now we go back up a little bit. Still got this gap overhead up here. Are we going to close that gap? Let's see. Next bar, up, down a little bit. What do you think is going to happen next? Okay, register your vote, and up, we gap back down a little bit. Next bar. What do you think? Oh, gapped way down. Okay, now this is an interesting position in the chart. So now, what do you think is going to happen? Well, we've still got that gap above, or as the Japanese call it in Japanese candlestick patterns, a window that generally gets closed. Well, what do you think is going to happen now? We've got a tall wick at the top of this bar. We've got a red real body. Okay, register your votes, and here we go. Just see how good you are. Up. All right. Now we've got it up. We've got a long real body on the bottom, and it closed above the open. The next bar is, oh, god darn it, down. Okay. What's the next one? The next one is way down. When the heck? Now look at this gap. This gap, look how it looks so different now. When we first started, okay, it looked pretty big. So this is another little lesson here on scaling your charts. It's very important that you scale your charts the same way all the time, because visually, if you don't, the perspective will look very different, dramatically different. Look how big that gap looks here, as opposed to when we put more bars on the chart and the scaling changes dramatically. Then all of a sudden that gap doesn't look like it's so big anymore. It's still the same size, point-wise. All right, so let's just go forward here a little bit. We'll skip ahead a few, and okay, would be another interesting point for a quiz. Oh, let's see, we got some narrow range bars there, narrow range. So in here, just a lot of narrow range stuff, some dojis, very narrow range from open to high and high to low and close to open. So that's very neutral stuff. All right, let's see if we can find anything else here real interesting before the end of this video. Oh, there we go. All right, so now we get an engulfing bar, and you might say that's a double top as well. All right, well, I kind of let you see the next bar. All right, so we'll just reveal that one anyway, because I already showed it to you briefly. Now, what do you think is going to happen? So we've got our double top, we've got our engulfing bar. Are we going to keep going down after this bar, or are we going to go back up? Now, sure, we've got a double top. Sure, got an engulfing bar, but we've got a cycle low there, a support. We've got a potential cycle low support there, maybe combining it with that bar. Another support level down here. All right, have you voted? Let's see what happens. Uh-oh, green bar, it did hold the support. And it goes up a little bit more, and it gaps up. So that support did hold. So if you were saying, oh, this double top is going to make the market go down, and not more than just one bar, because a double top is not about just one bar coming down. It's about making, actually it's a trend reversal pattern is what it is. So we'll be looking for a lot of bars to come down. No so bueno. Did not work out so well. All right, and then up and up and up and up and up and up. Oh, and then it comes back down. Okay, so if you like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below. Tell me how you did. And if you want to get my cycle indicator, go over to indicatorwebinar.com, and I'll be happy to give that to you absolutely free. So thanks for watching. Oh, also subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe to the channel, I've got more quizzes come out, and you'll be notified when those quizzes come out.